So we have what is an end-to-end collaboration which has production, transport, and offtake moving forward with the objective of moving to some non-binding sort of term sheet level discussions by the mid-2025 year. So that's important.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Provaris Energy Managing Director and CEO Martin Carolan. Martin, very good to speak with you. You've signed a second non-binding memorandum of understanding for hydrogen supply from Norway to Germany. So making good progress on that front.
Yeah, good morning, Stephen. Thank you. Yeah, we've delighted to announce a second collaboration for a supply chain targeting production volumes here in Norway and transporting that down to Northwest Europe, or Germany would be the target. So it's an existing development project which has scale of around 30,000 tonnes is the objective. It's quite an advanced stage project where it has moved through elements of feasibility. It has power allocated. It has PPA terms with the local TSO, and zoning processes are progressing. As our investors know, we've been working with various utilities. So one of those has stepped forward to look at the future potential as the offtake partner. So we have what is an end-to-end collaboration which has production, transport, and offtake moving forward with the objective of moving to some non-binding sort of term sheet level discussions by the mid-2025 year. So that's important.
So as you continue to hit these milestones, Martin, are you finding the operating environment getting any more difficult given the current geopolitical uncertainty globally?
Yeah, look, there's no doubt there's been a large reset from an industry perspective, but also what's happening with changes in governments globally. This suggests that we have seen a big reset within the industry, and I think moving from downgrading from gigawatt scale to something that's more practical in line with both supply and demand expectations as we move forward in the next 3 to 5 years. So that puts us actually into a sweet spot. So we've actually seen an increase of interest in our approach. The industry is focused on cost, and we have always been focused on delivered cost. So that's what's also important. So you need to be as efficient as you can from an energy perspective, but also reducing capital where you can, because capital is becoming harder to find. So I think that puts us in a competitive position against alternatives which are perhaps having challenges when they try to deliver the molecule as hydrogen. And that's what we're transporting. So it's important that we align with demand scale requirements, but also the supply opportunities here in Europe, which are a good fit for us. So I think from a geopolitical perspective, obviously, when we talk about Germany, there's been an election. There's a new coalition government that's forming. We've seen in recent days they've had recommitment to hydrogen as one strategic technology to look at decarbonisation of industries. We possibly won't see the same level of scale that was positioned by the previous government, but there is still an intention to decarbonise. There's a recommitment that's been made to the hydrogen core grid network. So it's going to need ramp up volumes, and we think it should start with regional supply and let that grow into the gigawatt scale as the market is ready to do that. So we still have a great opportunity here before 2030 to commercialise and implement our strategy.
Martin, are you also seeing growing acceptance of your solutions?
Yeah, so that's right. So we have announced our joint development with Yinson Production here in Norway to look at translating what we've done in hydrogen into large-scale storage for liquid CO2. We started that program in the fourth quarter last year, and that's progressed to an early milestone this quarter as we had hoped. So we've agreed to now extend that concept into detailed designs for larger scale storage of liquid using an innovative approach and looking to translate it into solutions for storage and transport. So that, again, from our investors' perspective, gives us another opportunity to commercialize our IP. But importantly, we're doing it with a partner who has a strong track record. They come from an industry where they are looking at decarbonizing their own FPSO assets. So they bring extensive experience, balance sheet capability, and a great strategy, which they're looking to utilize Provaris to take that forward. So it's a great opportunity for us.
Meanwhile, you also say you've secured the Fisker facility in Norway, so another milestone there.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while. It's important that we've secured the site. We've got a prototype tank, which is important to demonstrate final class approvals for the H2 Neo carrier and future solutions. So that's on track to continue this year, and we'll continue to announce more details as we move towards a restart of that fabrication and testing process.
Martin, what can your investors expect next from the company?
Well, I think there's some key milestones in our hydrogen supply chains coming through this quarter and next. In particular, we're looking at objectives of non-binding term sheets, but also some binding level terms for hydrogen SPAs on different value chains that we're developing. I think the next milestone for CO2 will happen in the June quarter. And as I've mentioned to you, we've been reviewing a nice pipeline of other prospective projects that are looking for a transport solution in hydrogen. So we'd love to see one or more of those come through in the current or next quarter to show that there actually is depth to the pipeline and strong interest in what we're doing.
Martin, I hope you'll keep us updated on any progress on those fronts. Thank you very much for speaking with us today.
Thanks, Stephen.
That's Provaris Energy Managing Director and CEO Martin Carolan.